don't answer questions, but you waiting for the call back. About to drop the mixtape, trying to see where all the stars at. Hating on the so good, look, you niggas better fall back. All you see is smoking, look, you might just catch a contact. You got high, you got drunk off the energy. You got high, you got drunk off the energy. You got high, you got drunk off the energy. La 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 la. Yeah. And me and you connecting, best believe I'm not recording, nigga. Baby, if you fucking trust me, I'll be taking more than pictures. Yeah, archangel bitch, I like to torture demons. I'm the voice behind everything like Morgan Freeman. I ain't camouflaging, I'ma keep the porno secret. Sing and make the pussy wet, I'll be sure I see it. Let me tell you why I don't really fuck with y'all. I may pull up with a strap up in my Chucky doll. Don't give a fuck about what you did, I done it all. Fuck a Uncle Sam's just cause I'm a butter-law. Getting higher than a birdie, I'm a butter round. Thought it was God up in your mind, but it wasn't him. Yeah, Archangel, Uriel, 7 C's. Move to the next degree and get right up to 7D. 888, knew I was that since I was 17. I'ma tell you right now, this the reason why you texting me. I don't answer questions, but you waiting for the call back. About to drop the mixtape, trying to see where all the stars at. Hating on the so good, look, you niggas better fall back. All you see is smoking, look, you might just catch a contact. You got high, you got drunk off the energy. You got high, you got drunk off the energy. You got high, you got drunk off the energy. La 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 la. Don't burn, baby, burn. Watch it fly crazy. Procrastinating just cause all you guys lazy. Yeah, I can see both sides like my eye lazy. Yeah, when y'all talking, all I hear is cry babies. The moral of the story is you suck. And in the face you look like gargoyle in the mud. The pilot man is about to bring the plane through it. Yahlahuè, the pistol drop, you better get your brain boost like Kanye. Yeah, there's questions I'll be asking y'all later. Ain't listening to no nappy-headed basketball players. You niggas making humble cause my catalog famous. I'll charge it to the game and I ain't mad at y'all haters. And God don't give a fuck about half of y'all players. Yeah, I'm gonna be in your dome, I'ma just be alone. You might as well be in your home, working on keeping your soul. And half of y'all came out of West Africa, Sierra Leone. Play by
Your Caribbean.
I don't answer questions, but you waiting for the call back. About to drop the mixtape, trying to see where all the stars at. Hating on it so good, look, you niggas better fall back. All you see is smoking, look, you might just catch a contact. You got high, you got drunk off the energy. You got high, you got drunk off the energy. You got high, you got drunk off the energy. La 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 la.
Yeah, we'll get y'all to the Sha'Ma-Guchi'Tawa-Kí. You know what I'm saying? Y'all understand alien language. Now, if you want to know how it look, through winter time, enough of people like me and people with me and just me being in that circumstance itself, the windows kind of take the shape and form of how the wind blowing, how we speak our language. So you could kind of watch my video, going Jeepers Creepers, and on the St. Patreon Church or whatever, you could kind of see the designs on the, that's the alien language and stuff. So the people, they got to update that because they don't really know what it's taught. They just know it's went through winter time and it's went through other circumstances, and that was it. But other than that, yeah, we're going to get into the Sha'Ma-Guchi'Tawa-Kí. So the Sha'Ma-Guchi'Tawa-Kí is let you know the internal world based off intent and the pretext of things of that nature. Hold on, there's a lot of kids. Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, make sure y'all hear those. I'm saying, might think it's something going. Might think people doing drills, fire drills. You know what I'm saying? Evasion rolls and stuff like that. No, it's just kids. It's kids. It's kids. I'm saying, but other than that, like I said, but getting into the Sha'Ma-Guchi'Tawa-Kí, it's helping people understand what pretense is on and the context of things. So this is one thing that a machine can't be programmed for. This is one thing a robot can't be programmed for. Now, you know, based upon intent and what builds the seed of an intent. We always have to peel back the layers. So yeah, we all got intent, but you know, your makeup of your intent. Okay, you still made that too. Don't forget that layer. Don't get up. You know, don't get stuck in that layer. Oh, this is my intentions. I was born with this. I don't know. I don't care. I'm ready to die like Biggie Smalls. Stop. Stop. There's more onions to peel back and stuff like that. Or you ain't got no business trying to be no manager. Or you ain't got no business trying to be a head or somewhere. You ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? The whole thing about the fail corporation company. You know what I'm saying? I can't do no business with you. You ain't got the right mind. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a little corner store, gas station, however the case it may be. But these are things we got to understand. What built your intent? And if you ain't got no qualities that built your intent, you're going to be waiting for a presupposition intent. And then you're just going to jump on that like it's already an esoteric boat or a warship that all the spirits gather on. It mattered to them. Bends into the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension. Everybody floating together look like a Ola. Or like a little warship or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like how we did it. That's what a warship was before it was a ship. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really a ship. It was just, you see a group of motherfuckers and stuff like that. That's the ship. They all in some emotional wave. And if it's a bunch of men and strong women, that's the shit. The body's moving, get ready and get upside, hit upside, all kind of tomahawks upside your head. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you got to, but when we just talk about the intent. So this is one thing that the robots can be programmed for. Machines can't. But it could be programmed to iterate it. But here's the thing. Intent. Whose intention is it to integrate it to do that? So this is the thing we can't hide from. And when we speak in alien language, this is the only thing that's going to be walking right now. This is the only way we're going to be able to make money or whatever. Now, you don't even have to necessarily, this is not a language itself. You know what I'm saying? This is just the name in Catawba and Siouan. You know what I'm saying? So if you Catawba, you probably pretty much already could see the structure. If you Algonquian, you could kind of see the, if you speak that, knowing that it got a lot of French in that, you can kind of see the info. You know what I'm saying? You got Spain or whatever like that. Because here's another misconception too when it comes to Native American languages. Like they all was totally different. No, they all was family connected. So just because you're going to make another tribe and start making names for the land or whatever the case may be, don't mean you don't know the other words to the shit. So for the most part, y'all be getting a lot of interpreter information instead of a person that can tell you like, no, okay, this is what this is why this is connected with this. This is why this, pretty much what I do. But for the most part, when you start to, and then each letter, each meaning itself, all the way to the direction, hey, hi, ho, hu, he. You know what I'm saying? I've been teaching this for years, however the case, but for the most part, we're just at a time right now where there's a lot of things you're already locked in that may not play out in your favor, that it doesn't even necessarily have to do with language, but the language itself already have the meaning behind it based upon a mind structure that somebody put to it. And by default, you using a language comes with the mind state, comes with the mind structure. So your level of seeing something, regardless of you creating ebonics or whatever, still going to be through the lens of the meaning behind it, of that word, regardless if you want to change it, like bitch ain't no more a female dog. It's made as a derogatory term for a weak man or a female. Yet the intent is what matters. Regardless, you have the mind structure of utilizing a term for derogatory shit. You know what I'm saying? Because in all actuality, the term bitch itself is part of the whole name certain Native American women chiefs were. So the Europeans took that and demonized it, started calling it animals, looking at all Native Americans as animals. Then y'all be immigrants and then be in the same mind frame, but use ebonics. So it just steered towards more things you're focused on in your life. And if you having a lot of problems with a woman, if you're a man, or if a man is weak and you're a female, you might come out your mouth and be like, he's a bitch, or you know what I'm saying, she's a motherfucker. But at the same time, you need to know you're still in a mind frame based upon someone who put the meaning behind the word. And if you're not in the history, that's why I say don't follow the history or the money, just follow the practice. If you follow the practice, no matter the history, no matter the money, no matter the language, you'll be able to see the intent somebody was in. So the authorization and the interpretation matters more than what's being interpreted, than what's being authorized. And once you understand that, this is why things so hard for you in your life, because things have to be authorized so much. You know what I'm saying? This is why things so flunked out in laws and stuff like that, because you need an interpreter, like a lawyer or whatever the case may be, that don't set you in no sweet spot. So, you know, these are just things to help you understand before we even get into a substantiated language, and your body language, what formation are you in that represent the spiritual space you in to even conduct some gold and cobalt to even make a form of intentions in the first place. And if that's not on the beauty path, if that's not what God or whatever the case may be, that shall get washed away. Because whatever you substantiate yourself to stand on in the spiritual world to manifest down here to matter within a form of manifesting, materializing, however the case may be, won't have no legs to stand on due to the fact of the spiritual energy behind it. Your spirit is in a space that lack energy that participate in this new shift going in the direction we ought to be going in mentally and physically to build these new organs. So there's a way that we have to react to respond to nature beyond what y'all actually see in physical nature. And that's what y'all don't be understanding. The wind don't blow the same all the time. Just like the same dandelion ain't gonna grow in a specific location all the time. It might grow on the other bush, other than around the other bushes, than the other bushes that grew in your yard, or whatever the case may be. So, same thing, different circumstance, or different day, same situation. So it's gonna be a flower, just might be in a different position, or whatever the case may be. See what I'm saying? So once you know that, you might be participating in a negative space, just in a different position, just at the moment that look like it's positive. And you might not know that, how you're coming across, and in this new shift, no matter the agreements around it and how many people agree to the terms and conditions, it still might not work. And you still might be going hard on it due to the fact of having validation issues and having it replaced with so many people around you, especially if you're in a cult, accepting that form of validation. So the validation is not seen as a validation issue. It's seen as I'm gratified to do what I need to do, or I'm validated to do whatever my validation issues are to a certain degree. So you got to keep that in mind. Now, so when you lack understanding and you start to participate with certain things, it could be, for an example, let's say you're on a gold rush and there's gold being sold. And now let's say you hear about it through the grapevine, but you somewhere else where it take you a while to travel there. And let's say by the time you get there, gold is no longer a main interest, or however the case may be. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like being in a new shift, looking for something that ain't there no more, or however the case may be. So you might not know how crazy you're coming across doing things for gold in an area that no one doing things for gold anymore. You know what I'm saying? Yet what you heard and what you thought to do and what you thought was normal and how people got their comfort zone over here, that's the only thing you know how to go as a manuscript. You may not read a book. You may have, or you may have was along the way reading a newspaper. However, it was correlated. Once you got there, it's in a new shift. So the tactics of how people utilize to obtain gold may not be utilized in a new shift of how people obtain whatever else. Copper, I'm just making an example. And then for the most part, this is where you get left behind in the mental shift. Now you might start creating circumstances and situations how to get gold, jobs and all kind of other things. And at some point, no one cares about gold, no matter how intelligent the circumstance that you have created to obtain it. So it's about your intent. And if your intentions is off in the first place, it doesn't matter how good gold look. Gold is not a main interest. You see what I'm saying? So these are things we have to pay attention to, especially when it comes to substantiating what we got going on for ourselves. So when it comes to energies of just being in a space of knowing that a person's intentions matters more than what they're actually jumping into, that places you into a situation of knowing an outcome, knowing point B, and the delusion is point A. So at point A, it's already in a point B or point C situation. Understanding point A will already have point B and point C and fluctuate it. What do that mean, right? It's one thing to know animals is in your trash, right? And you need to get something for animals to get out your trash, right? But the animal wouldn't be in your trash if it wasn't what? Hungry. So we know the intent is hungry. So it doesn't matter how much stuff we program around getting the dog out the trash or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, the dog is hungry. That's the intent why it's around the trash in the goddamn first place. So we can come up with all kind of concepts of, okay, the dog ripped the bag this way. You know what I'm saying? The raccoon ripped the bag that way and put the trash all in the yard or whatever. If you spray this, put the bleach on that side or however the case. Like, I mean, we can come up with stuff all day or whatever the case may be. But we know the intent in the first place is because the damn animal was hungry. So for the most part, that take you into the, pardon me, y'all. That take you into the Sha'Ma-Guchi'Tawa-Kí, right? Where you're understanding that from this aspect, even when it comes to robots, a robot could only be doing what the programmer programmed it. And it can only have the intelligence of the programmer. And if the programmer intelligence ain't intelligent, we're not going to have no intelligent robots. We're not going to have no intelligent AI. And in every kind of aspect, we kind of see that right now. If AI have to copy humans' data and things of that nature, it's not intelligent. I'm saying it's just regurgitate, the case may be. But if I truly came up here and just start speaking a whole different language and shit like that, it wouldn't even know what to do or how to compute. So I have to wait till I do something. And then here's the thing. It still won't do nothing to real sentient beings, because at some point, the sentient being is going to question who authored that robot to do that and why are they being perverts. You know what I'm saying? A robot can't be born. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, I think humans is getting beside themselves at what people be lost in and stuff like that. Because you'll hear a lot of people talking too right now, saying robots going to take over or whatever the case may be. That doesn't make sense. Who going to charge all the robots up? So a robot going to learn how to charge themselves up or something like that? Like, I mean, I don't get it. So who programmed the robot to charge itself up? That's it. That still needs charged up. Whatever the robot do for it to charge up, it's still like, so I don't get it. I don't get what because intentions matter more, and then y'all burning out the English language too. So it's getting to a point where you can't even really use the English language to sell it or to do anything with, because it's like a scam in some way. So we kind of got to like really think about, is we lost? I ain't gonna say we. I'm gonna say just people involved in certain things. Let me say, I'm saying, because there's a language, even animals, a skunk, fume your ass. You know what I'm saying? A German Shepherd will bite your ass, like, no matter what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, if you ain't hit the little doggy upside the head with a sword, or you ain't shoot the little raccoon, or whatever the case may be, it pretty much don't understand you. You see what I'm saying? Like, they don't understand. They got their own language. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all humans seem to think that robots gonna take over the world, like animals got anything to do with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Birds got anything to do. Clouds got anything. Like, God got anything. It's like y'all humans is doing that to yourselves. I don't get it. And the only people that can do that is people who come up with the idea. For an example, let's say somebody preaching Revelation. They only talk about that's them. So either they get ready to try to do it, or do it to themselves. Do it outwardly or do it inwardly. It's truly only where that spirit at. You get it? This is why a lot of times y'all don't read a lot of shit in the Bible and stuff like that. A lot of it, don't got nothing to do with you. You don't even got them. You don't even have those issues. So you just go to somewhere in the Bible you think you have issues at, and then you got to question that, because really your issue is just you probably broke or something like that. So you're trying to find some way to be a preacher for real. You really trying to find a way to be a preacher. You know what I'm saying? That's the Sha'Ma-Guchi'Tawa-Kí. Now I can break down that word, but it goes beyond this specific place that I'm trying to get everybody out of Haël'Ho. But at the same time, you need to understand that these are multiple things we put together to make our own fruit, not things we're using and it's out there and to the gods or whatever. We all have these abilities, and you can have the ability of a great spirit, but y'all don't have that. Y'all have something else. Y'all don't have that. So the things y'all invest yourselves in, it get kind of weird a little bit, because y'all start believing something else. Y'all start believing the words and the meaning other than y'all actions. And it's like, wait a minute, your actions only going to represent what's on your mind. You can't be coming up with words and other meanings and stuff, and then your actions is something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. Like, and we in a time right now where it's not even an explanation that you can use, especially with English. So you just got to be real with English. You got to be real about what you're doing in English. That's the only way that can even work. You can't talk about too much stuff. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have a hard time talking about things beyond bargain and exchange or competing against something when we use in English. You're just becoming a mass interpreter. I sound like an interpreter to my own shit right now because it seems like I'm trying to teach people who don't understand it. But if you already understood it, you probably be around me and understood the word already. You see what I'm saying? Like, or understood what I'm pointing to. If you didn't know the word and I came up with the word for that crayon or whatever. We're in a society right now where things are so backwards, and we're in a new shift where we're in a new version of back. It's always the old time coming back. It just be a new version. So the old time is coming back to be updated. There's always that. And y'all are caught in some type of limbo of something that never was in a cycle, whether mentally or physically. It's just purely synthetic. It never was in a cycle. And let's put it in simple terms, right? I hate to brain race into it, but I gotta do it. Africa. Africa was colonized before it was called Africa, and before they start coming over here, bringing Europeans bringing people over here. So they 300-year cycle period is ahead of America's, right? So when you go to Africa, what do you see? Something that was colonized, the people who was already on the land, Arabs, Egyptians, the Negro tribes, right? Replenishing the land, and they're the only ones there now. You see what I'm saying? So whatever happened evaporated after 300 years. So it's like that on every land. So when you're not in sync, it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are. That is the concept of hell. That is the concept of God getting people out of here. This is not a thing we can not take accountability for. We all have to take accountability for our actions, and it's all a personal journey. And God is a personal God. You see what I'm saying? So there is no external validation to save you from that. That's what everybody have to understand and stuff like that. But every continent and land, even mentally, gets replenished. A foreign thought don't survive after so long. You have to try hard. And trying hard only leads to things like 300, 400 years. This in the process had a hard time. You know what I'm saying? But that's every land. Look at India. They got colonized a little kind of like around the same time or whatever the case may be. But they was doing more work over there. So they already went through a washing machine cycle. Everybody going through a washing machine cycle. America is going through a washing machine cycle. So we in the last 300-year period. So it's just about to be a whole bunch of just Native Americans again. And everybody else, it didn't mix. Then just going to have to get it together. We're going to have to try to figure it out somehow. But that's what's going on. You can't stop it, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a real thing. Just like y'all get this term Latino, that ain't nothing but a plagiarized Taino term. It's like a plagiarized Taino. So the way you know Tainos been destroyed, but y'all Latinos now. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of just about to be like Mexicans, Native Americans, Puerto Ricans, and the mixtures of all those. Pretty much it, though. Anybody practicing demonic stuff, it don't have anything to do with war. It's just downsizing itself. People just die and wither away. And the family concept of it is not healthy in the eyes of God. So it has to be replaced with other people. So it's kind of like you see things being replaced with other ethnicities. You kind of see that now, like even in America. You kind of look at the government, they need all these different weird people speaking and stuff about, I don't get it, what they're speaking about. Truly, these people are not the people of who they're talking to and trying to get the audience up or whatever the case may be. And truly, anybody that actually does that is not even in no position, like, you know what I'm saying? So I guess that been going on too long. And those groups of people have smallened up so much, it's nowhere to do that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like now it's like who you talking to. And then so it's just going to become hatred energy where, okay, well, let's, I guess, block people like me or shadow ban me or shadow ban other people or whatever the case may be and promote something else that really, truly none of us really care about. You know what I'm If it ain't got nothing to do with supporting us or whatever the case may be, it's pretty much just talking in the air. So that's where it gets weird at. You know what I'm saying? For an example, I have more people, and here's the thing. You're watching me right now, so I don't see how you would disbelieve this. But me and people like me, we actually have more viewers than Candace Owens. Like, I know you might get on Candace Owens and be like, no, this is not true. She have hundreds of thousands of live streams, viewers, and stuff like that. Don't make me start what they call that what they call that what they be calling that when everybody start doing something, not a trend though, where everybody go live in your city if you think you're a content creator or anybody, and ask somebody, do they know these people? And I guarantee no. And only reason you know about these people because they was pushed in your algorithm. City to city, state to state. You know what I'm saying? So who are watching these people? For these people to even have 100,000 people. I know it ain't no 100,000 degenerates in America. There's only a third, unless that's just 30%. Yeah, it is a couple million people though. Yeah, think about these things. The amount of people they be flooding the views like Candace and Myron Owens and Nick Fuentes. Ain't no way is that many degenerates caring about that type of stuff. That don't be on that type of stuff ain't on people's TV and phones and iPads. That's degenerate stuff. That's only 30%. That's not enough people. So it look weird. It look weird giving that 100,000 views, or these people be having 2,000 views lives, 5,000 views. That's some hatred behind that, because that ain't real life. Like that ain't even be real life. More people know about me and watch me than these people, just off the regular terms. Like these people have to make themselves look regular, and they ain't. These people they sound like they don't have no home training, like they don't have nothing to do. Like y'all have a depressed life. How y'all life is so depressed that y'all got this severe peer pressure to talk to a whole bunch of strangers. And they ain't doing nothing to y'all but a whole bunch of shit that they already did to me 20 times plus. Y'all ain't doing nothing but y'all not getting shadow banned. Y'all already got sponsors, but y'all ain't doing nothing but getting demonetized. Y'all getting fake docs. That's fake. I don't believe none of these people who come up here and start talking about it. That's fake. Y'all would have been moving and stuff like this. Y'all don't stay where y'all connected with people that if anything really go too far, it's some human rights issues and it's going to be a few billions being passed out. Y'all already up under the bus and sold out and stuff. So we don't believe y'all when y'all be talking like that. Y'all just sound like someone trying to steal a sentiment and talk to a whole bunch of people who don't listen to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, y'all are like y'all in people's way. Y'all blocking creativity. Y'all blocking people. Once y'all go hire somebody to make y'all an intro song or something like that. Spread y'all money out or something like that. What are y'all getting paid for nonsense? Like, literally, like, y'all making everything look weird that nobody care about. And we're coming up with other things to govern. It's unenticing. The music industry, that's unenticing. It's like y'all be claiming Lee R. Colin run YouTube music. No, he don't. He runs scouting, trying to find people. The end. You know, got no talent himself. He don't create no talent. Your talent, you ain't got nothing. You gotta go find it. That's it. Like, everything is over with. Like, for real, like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all all lost in y'all own mind or something like that. So it's just like y'all just got money to be butthurt. You got no talent. Y'all ain't find no talent. Y'all ain't nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just all optics. So it's synthetic. So the more you do it, the more you crash out. You gotta go back to genuine. Everybody gotta go back to 2 left toe knuckles. Everybody gotta go back. That's the only thing. You know what I'm saying? Because for real, like, I don't know what people lost there. People make up concepts in their brain. You know what I'm saying? And then once you spot something, like somebody trying to make a game only they can win, and who cares about that phony game? Like, that's it. I don't know what y'all be in. Y'all know 30% of people that's only online. Y'all ain't in real life. Nothing online is real life. Y'all need to understand, whether they real people, fake people, nothing online is real life. You just got a whole bunch of people making up jobs based off talking points. So they ain't got nothing to teach. It's how much they know about strangers. I don't know too much about, listen, I mean, I know people on my street, but I'm not invested into them to be like, I know how much butter they got in their refrigerator. Like, y'all be online talking like, yeah, people in-house this, in-house that, and stuff like that. I wonder how y'all houseless look like that. I wonder what, like, how y'all correlate y'all shit and stuff. Like, y'all must be the most perfect people in the world or whatever the case. Because I don't understand y'all starting points of where y'all be speaking from. So a lot of times y'all be sounding like undercover cops. I'm like, man, why do these people sound like undercover cops? Sometimes they always be, but a lot of times I just be listening and stuff. I'll be like, I can't listen to all this. Click. Then I start getting into that don't recommend spirit. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like anything else like that. That got titles like that. You know what I'm saying? Any symbol in the background like that. Any name, title, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? You get no play in this ride. You don't get to be somewhere thinking you lost in a symbol and there's some power, magic, magical. No, it's just like anything else. This album trash, it gets no play in this ride. This thought form trash, it gets no play in this ride. No, all of it don't go no further than that. And if I see somebody trying to oversell it, now you got issues. Because why are you trying to oversell some bullshit? You know what I'm saying? It don't go no further than that. At least in the hood, I don't know what y'all be thinking. Y'all be lost in bullshit. That's how you tell some people just they backgrounds ain't nothing real, man. It don't be nothing real. Their whole life is running off a robotic psyop, some sign, some symbol. You know what I'm saying? Some letterbox. Nobody care about all that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody care about all that dumb shit, man. That'd be stupid shit, man. Y'all cats retarded, man. Yeah, man, grow up, man. Get some nuts. Yay. Well, like I said, it's about just understanding that Sha'Ma-Guchi'Tawa-Kí. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just the intent. I mean, at some point, you can't pass the intent. Your intent is your intentions. That's what you are. You know what I'm saying? That's where you going. That's your highest excitement, whatever you're building up that fruit. Now, a lot of people be in shade of LT. So, you know, they may have to wear a lot of cloths and stuff. That's your everyday person. Not to say the everyday person does this, but it's common to come across an individual that's in that energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's not genuine. It's based upon this cloth looks presentable. Then they get into a bias or not no equilibrium. Well, I'm rebellious if I don't do this. It don't have to be either or. You know what I'm saying? It's goddamn be yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like, where is these peer pressures coming from where, okay, this is presentable, and if I'm not doing that, that means I'm on some left-hand path of being rebellious. So where can I find the silver blue line? Y'all just like frustrate yourselves. Y'all don't even make no sense. Y'all ain't got nobody around y'all around or nothing like that. So 9 times out of 10, you're going for something that's already substantiated that you ain't a part of. And this is the problem in the hood and things. The solution in the hood ain't got nothing to do with what everybody be talking about. The thing is, you have a whole bunch of people in the hood that ain't nothing in the hood got anything to do with their family. If every damn corner store and building you go to, your family don't have no involvement of it, you just out here trying to get it how you live. And then you will start to see how everybody else who got these businesses in the area you live in, that you don't know why you could place. Now, this for immigrants. You don't know why you could place it there. I don't care if you're an immigrant from the 1700s. You still an immigrant, bitch. And you just was placed there or whatever. Okay, that's your lifestyle. You ain't got no culture or nothing like that. But that's why you think you in the hood and you trying to get it. So if you're around nobody like me or whatever the case may be, you just be all over the place because you have no meaning to nothing or whatever. So, situation, all y'all are having to do something for some slave tactic Europeans created. So you ain't even allowed to live in Indian country unless you paying European taxes in some type of way. Like you can't live, you can't breathe, nothing. Like your kids can't go to school, nothing. If you ain't got no bills, nothing in your name, nothing. You can't, nothing. If you ain't paying a white man over here, you can't live, nothing. And they've been trying to figure out a way to do us Native Americans the same way. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't listen to anybody that's some freedman or they claim they black, and even if they got a little piece, it's not enough. Ain't enough Native American. Because you're just disrespectful. You're coming from a different type of aspect. You're not coming from being attached to anything. Like you don't got nobody that'll listen to you to be like, why you sounding like that? You know what I'm saying? That's how another time you could kind of tell the difference between undercover cops online too, or cats just pushing narratives or something like that. Because a lot of times you have to sit back like, now, what if your mother listening to you right now? Or what if your people listening to you right now? What is they looking at you like this your job, or is they looking at you like you just yourself and you just online right now? You know what I'm saying? Because if you ain't got that type of like this, how y'all sound, y'all get out online and start sounding, then y'all be talking to a whole bunch of strangers, and where y'all be pulling y'all arguments from? I be trying to figure out where y'all be pulling y'all arguments from. Like y'all foreigner arguments, y'all immigrant arguments. I don't know where y'all be pulling them from. So your intent only shows. You know what I'm saying? Your Sha'Ma-Guchi'Tawa-Kí. That's the only thing that shows. And I'm trying to help y'all understand that. But you can get lost in a bunch of things that you're convinced what you think you're doing. And it just crash out for real. You burn it out. You won't be able to do it anymore. You know what I'm saying? So if people want they stuff, try not to attach too many other people's mind states that you in secret competition with to your stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you're only going to hear that from a potent spirit that this is their world. So it's like I'm giving you a lesson. Y'all already did that to me. I'm just giving y'all a lesson. You doing that too much, even to people who don't know, it's on your end still bad. Just because you ain't got no spirits around you, and whatever God you believe in, you really don't believe in it because you expecting it to come to you like how I'm coming to you or whatever, and you know that ain't possible. So at some, like, I don't really care what y'all be lost in or whatever the case, but you need to know you meet your makeup. This is y'all makeup. So you have to understand that. And that's the only thing that shows. Y'all use, not an expression y'all use, not a sign, a symbol. So you have to be careful in these times because we're going through a washing machine cycle. And that's just making new organs. Don't you want to be, even if you claim you want to go to heaven, you claiming you're going to go into a form, but you ain't going to have no form or nothing. So a form is a body, right? And the only discrepancies you're going to have with a body is disembodied organs or discombobulated organs or something like that. So whatever you think you're going to, bitch, you want things to run in sync and relatable on the highest level. And y'all don't know how to look at relatable and sync in all pockets of life. And y'all do a whole bunch of un-in-sync, unrelatable shit and think you're going somewhere where it's just about to be relatable and sync. And you had a hard time doing that when you alive with other people. Because you could do something right now and everybody got some money together. It's like, yeah, what we did was in sync and relatable because we all got this money. But beyond the money, one person had a little dick issues, other person had brain mannerisms, one person had a heart murmur and shit. All the substantiated purposes for these people to have these ideas in the first place to do a scam. No, all that never left. So this whole one dude pervert, genocidal, one person, y'all some jihad. I say all these actual issues never left and things of that nature. But the other thing, to calm it down, you know what I'm saying, to make an excuse, the coping mechanism, you know what I'm saying, the red pill energy, all that just fly in and they just pluck from anywhere and make an excuse of why people doing the right thing. So I say all that just jump in. But a lot of times people don't be understanding that would be the first quality, the intent. So that's first. We got to make sure ourselves right because this what makes you wake up in the morning and have something creative to bring. So you already bringing heaven on earth. Like you already in a situation where you're bringing a safe haven in the spiritual world, and it could be a shelter for others, whether mentally, physically, or creatively. And that's a safe haven, as above, so below heaven. We bring that on earth. But it's truly just a sheltering from anything that doesn't go in your favor, or however the case may be. And then we over exaggerate these things, then you don't understand what you're showing right now with audio Sha'Ma-Guchi'Tawa-Kí. I'm saying. So that's that internal energy you got to know. And here's the thing: these are things that a robot not going to be able to figure out. A robot not going to be able to know how to interpret a person's intentions. So say a person get online. Let's say a person want to be an actor and they get online and act all mad and frustrated. And let's say we got this new iRobot, Will Smith, processing the data. But if that person was acting, the robot didn't process the intentions. So if that person's intentions was, I'm trying to do a movie role, and the robot just was collecting data just because that's what it does, it's not going to tell the difference of the action. It's just going to look at the action, process it, and react. Yet, this person is doing what they're doing so they could be in the next Mission Impossible movie or whatever the case. Who made the robot collect data at a movie set? So I'm saying, like, it got these, like, it's just gonna be a whole bunch of people going to jail before anything really go any far in degeneracy. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, people walking on eggshells right now when they making their movies. You just can't be no director and no author trying to pen a movie right now and they got some weird stuff in it. Because you know the argument ain't about to be about no talking point, no narrative. We about to start questioning you and your beliefs. And you ain't about to be making no more movies. You know what I'm saying? So who you selling your movie to? Who your audience? You take all that pervert shit out your brain before you sit in any desk at Walt Disney Studios and shit. And Universal. Oh, Sarah shit. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff for somebody else even see the script. The author in question. That author a descendant of somebody looking for gold. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. Don't anybody go no further than that and stuff like that. If we know it's any descendant of anybody, and I like to search for gold when it comes to a female. I like to dig for gold. It's for female. I'm saying, I be digging for gold. Anybody on somebody's land and stuff like, I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying? Stuff I used to call it land. But like I said, anytime somebody got a descendant, author, or whatever the case may be, and they the descendants of somebody searching for gold or whatever the case may be, you could bet your bottom dollar you ain't gonna get no dollar bills out of this. You know what I'm saying? That's your bottom dollar too. You probably about to get scammed out of too. So that's pretty much it. I don't really want to hear nothing else and stuff like that. Any curriculum, any mind state, I don't want to think like that. You know what I'm saying? I got this mind state from the age of enlightenment. I'm cool. You could have kept that in the age of enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Whatever they was doing in the age of enlightenment could have stayed in the age of whatever happens in Vegas, stay the same way. Alexander, same way. It should be like that everywhere. I don't know why people got so nosy. I never cared what Alexandra was doing. Like I never cared what Victoria was doing. No, I said I don't know how that popped up on people's commercials, and then now we got Wizard of Oz. We got all. I never really cared. And for, you know what I'm saying? Real shit, you gotta like really think about these things. Like how these things even matter. For real. I be thinking deep. Like I be thinking like, man, as soon as they got, if I can't go in the backyard and get a box of cereal, I gotta go slave for a box of cereal. I can't think about nothing else. Ain't nothing else. I don't care about what shoes the Wizard of Oz dude had on when you found them and shit like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about the Scarecrow hat. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. I don't care about no Michael Jackson video. Nothing like that. Once I start seeing all bets out the window, I'm cool on all that. You know what I'm saying? All of it is retarded at some point. You know what I'm saying? Why they ain't thinking about what I'm thinking about? You know what I'm saying? At some point, I just start thinking like that. Like, why they ain't thinking about what I'm thinking about? Fucking fools. I have no business listening to anything that come out their mouth. The end. You know what I'm saying? I don't let it go. No, and I've never been retarded. I never got led astray. I never was a follower. You know what I'm saying? I always just understood something and shit like that. Just that natural quality and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Sha'Ma-Guchi'Tawa-Kí. You know what I'm saying? I knew why you might have a friend. I might have a friend sleeping on the porch. You go to junior high school, you got a friend I don't want to go home or something like that. I understood that early. It was cat hungry. You know what I'm saying? I understood that early. And so I had to like y'all get into details, stuff like that, or hurt dude feelings and stuff. Now when we around others, they might get into that energy and stuff like that. I'm in a position I can check them and then slide in my joke too, but it's accepted from me and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That you better not go too far. I'll roast you too and stuff like that. Everybody get roasted. I'm the only one ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the only one ain't. That's it. It don't go no further than that. Other than that, man, y'all just be lost at all kind of stuff. And y'all put yourselves in that type of situation online right now. I don't want online being too corny. Online can't be too corny. Because you got a lot of people with their Birdman hands rubbing on some statuated basis that's retarded. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't even no reason to have your Birdman hands rubbing. There ain't nothing to think intelligent. It ain't nothing to invest your time in. Like, but y'all, it's like, so it's like, oh, it's some bored energy going on right now. People bored. Sad people bored. Because I don't be understanding a lot of stuff. I be trying to sit back and be like, all right. But then once it go too far, it's just like, all right, it's just retarded humans. That really ain't got no purpose. So they just making up purposes and stuff like. So once you just easily like I said, it's all about the intentions and stuff. Once you just peep the intentions, right? A person don't even know they're in an intent before they start doing something in the second layer of it. Not understanding the third layer. You had to make that intent up. You made it up. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all see me get online and go live, right? You know my intent was to go live. You don't hear this being no narrative. You don't hear this nothing. So my intent was I'm teaching something. So obviously my experiences, you're able to take this and take it with your own, and we don't even have to be doing the same thing. We don't have to be getting together or nothing. That's a true teacher, right? Now, let's say I did this and I steered it towards plumbing, or I steered it towards government, or I steered it towards... No, all of these are just people involved in one pocket I'm trying to create or help y'all understand. Create the narrative to help y'all understand a bigger picture to something. Not no other lostness where you're either talking for people. That's when it becomes narrative. So you're talking to get some money or you're talking for someone. And y'all don't know how to do anything else. So I don't know why y'all call yourselves teachers and why y'all be so hate. I know why y'all hate so much. Because y'all need somebody to go through the system to be something that the whole system is cosplay. The whole system ain't nothing. It's just a whole bunch of cosplayers, like in every capacity, like in every little capacity and stuff. Like, and then it be my shit. That's what it makes it weird. It'd be weird, like little stuff that I can't even. It's like because it's already my. For an example, it like little stuff like this. You can see stuff like people getting frustrated online for likes and views and stuff, but the intention is somebody is manipulating the likes and views, right? So if they know you're gonna be frustrated, and then you see somebody overly do it because a person frustrated. It's like, I kind of look at that as copying sometimes. It'll like what we used to put people into, like that we still do today, under emotional distress, to see how well you could take something. They be doing this in the military. They just be copying a whole bunch of the Mohawk Native Americans. Like every single thing they do is a watered down version of what people do for real, especially me. I don't be understanding what people be trying to, like. I'm like, this what y'all do, like. But stuff like that, like, let's see how much of emotionally I start playing with people who even start to even think you can do that. If I don't know you and you go extreme, that's how I start doing it online. People who strangers at that way, you just now play to them, act like you frustrated or something, like to see how far they go with it or something like that. Didn't make them think they got a friend or something like that. But other than that, y'all not real people. So if y'all actually had to live around people that do that, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like online, it's like y'all lame, like for real. And now y'all can only do that amongst yourselves. All the real people is off. So you can clearly see when an undercover cop is talking to another one, then they get off and make another fake thing and put the little webcam thing over it and make another face and voice. And you clearly see it because we don't get down like that. Like, y'all not around real people that really do this. Like, y'all say y'all, like, you really got to, y'all briberied out. Y'all just briberied out. It's just a job. Anybody get y'all a job and it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all more emotionally frustrated than anybody because y'all got to do it every day or whatever the case may be. I don't got to think about somebody I did that to. It's like I ain't got to think about y'all, and I got to think about the corner boy. I got to think about nothing. And I guarantee tomorrow, you going to be here, and I guarantee tomorrow, I'm going to get my coffee cake. The end. Like, you know what I'm saying? For that. I don't got to come up with no new strategy or what. I don't got to come up with no. I don't know what y'all doing. Y'all making fake jobs. That's what y'all doing. This is supposed to be just the sauce. Not something you read a book and I got hired to do. I'm part of people. Yeah. You're lame. You get washed away in any real scenario. You get washed away. Your shit got to be funded. All the way to orator and talking. You got to make sure, oh, I'm going to be at this college. Yes, that's it. Nothing where you just walking and people following you. You don't got it that way. You know, y'all don't got it like that. Y'all don't got it that way. Y'all shit trash. It's the internet. It's the end of the internet. It's dead online. Whole bunch of retards on here that thought they was in control. That's what it is. We just sit and watch and figure out what everybody gonna do next. That's it. And monitor and make some creativity off of it. Make a shirt called "All Retards Online" or something. You know what I'm saying? Or something. Make a song called "They Didn't Burn Themselves Out Online." Like something like that. Something in real life that you become new Master P and stuff like that. Everything else is retarded. Lost in their own world, man. Lost in their own. They've been lost in their own world, man. Be lost in their own world, man. Y'all get online, be lost in your own world too, and shit like that. Y'all be trying to self-project that on others. Trust me, when I click off the live stream, man, listen, if I was even take all these thousands of beats and upload them and stuff, I will wash everybody who put up a tight beat. Like it's like y'all lost in narratives or something like that. I don't know what y'all lost. Y'all not doing anything. Y'all not doing anything. Just wasting time. Like y'all just wasting y'all life. So y'all have nothing important. Y'all have to make something important and try to like remix it and try to make everybody else think that's important, man. None of that shit is important. Y'all be doing shit important. All y'all can do is self-project. Well, you don't do nothing important. Trust me, you gonna reach a point in your life where you wish. You just wish you was doing what I was doing. You just wish you was doing what regular people do. Regular in the hood, suburbs, reservation. You're gonna realize your problem is a headache. You like getting banned from countries and stuff that you probably wouldn't care to live in anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you just want to waste money on vacations and just be lost around other strangers. Oh, I seen y'all all lost like pilgrims. I want to go to other people's lands and be lost and come up with something in my mind how it's so inspirational. Y'all humans is finished. Y'all is like purposeless. Y'all aimless in every little piece of life at the moment. Until y'all get yourselves together, and that's when these things will be more fruitful. Life itself, and y'all find y'all actions, the things y'all doing, the things y'all giving importance to in a different space or whatever the case may be. But like y'all got think about it. A lot of y'all working right now to get a whole bunch of money for a vacation and just to go back to your shit. Like and then you making a life out of it in your mind. You like, yeah, because I did these things in my life before I died. But what did you do besides be a pilgrim? I'm trying to figure it out. You know you going to hell. You know your spirit is all over the place. So you ain't nothing that got nothing to do with you. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It just got something to do with you lost in your mind about. That's it. Did you even make any healthy relationships out of that time you was wasting? Did you ground yourself on any? Did you have any creativity you left the world? You know what I'm saying? Like with it, don't start adding no dumb shit too, because people, especially rappers and stuff, they start saying, yeah, I sold a lot of records, man. That shit don't count. That shit don't count. Nobody give a fuck about y'all record sales or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? You get back on the boat. Say y'all can get back on the boat. Y'all are nonsense, man. Everything y'all giving importance to is nonsense. I can't get jiggy with this shit. But this the time we in at the moment, where everybody's got to get themselves together and get back into culture and stuff. But that's it. The only thing that's going to strive is culture. That's the only thing going to strive. And if it got any, and here's the thing, you can't make a culture of copying. Y'all see how I'm talking right now? The moment it's retarded is when you start seeing a whole bunch of other people online start saying it. It doesn't make sense. You're not me. So what is you doing it for? Your intent is either you scamming, you're an undercover cop, and won't you go talk to your people to do that? You know what I'm saying? So you're only on the side of trying to protect something to not make it that. Or you will be with me. You won't even be trying to speak. You'll reach out to me, come straight to me, or anybody that's involved with it, or whatever the case may be. Other than that, I don't know what y'all doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all making up things, making up jobs. That's what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to make up jobs. I can say something right now and say, hey, y'all, everybody need to find themselves and skateboard or something like that. I swear it'll be a whole bunch of strangers. Nobody actually, so, like, what else is that? Why do y'all do that to yourselves? I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Why do y'all do that to yourselves? Why do y'all crash out? Like, I don't get it. Don't you want your business to thrive? Don't you want to be creative and stuff like that? Why do people crash out? I don't get it. Like, because I think people enjoy crashing out, but I don't think they be knowing where they crash out at and stuff like that. That's how you can kind of see all these Pan-Africans and stuff like that crashing out. So they ain't got no more content or anything in that nature. Damn. So eventually they about to stop speaking English. Since they ain't got no language themselves, they about to start talking just about what Japanese people trying to say or something, or some India, or go ahead and do what Europeans do, claim they indigenous or something like that. And then I'm gonna be waiting to hear some language. I'm gonna be waiting to hear some tribe or whatever like that. Then I'm gonna be waiting to hear like when you about to help or something like that too. Like none of that's gonna happen. None of that part gonna happen. Like, it ain't about that. It's about something else going on, like a scam or something. Like it ain't about like, all right, we about to make a city, we about to make a state. Like what we about to do? No, it ain't about that. We about to make an industry, a music industry. Like what we about? No, it ain't about that. It's about, hey y'all, we need to talk, and somehow, and if you get into the Pan African, they doing a site out right now. Somehow it's going to invert back to some type of Black Panther stuff, stupid stuff or whatever. That they can sit down and tell you to do it. They want you to go fight the white man. So that's how you know what Pan-Africans work for the white man. Those Prince Hall Masons and all these other ones, right? They be trying to control the community like they gods and pharaohs or something like that. They got taught that retarded stuff that the colonists was teaching the people they was bringing on the boat. Because y'all be thinking, y'all got the story messed up. When it comes to the Asiatic slave trade, them Buffalo Soldiers, those were people in agreement. When Kanye West said slavery was a choice, y'all didn't understand what he was saying. He wasn't saying it was a choice to be in slavery the way y'all was getting hit with water hoses when y'all wasn't having jobs and shit and y'all over here. That y'all getting confused with two different times. When black people and Arabs and Asians was getting brought on the boat with Europeans, it was for war. That was the point. The fuck? The whole concept of French giving the Americans the Statue of Liberty was white people making this a free land for immigrants because you helping them replace Native Americans. Y'all confusing slavery. The slavery y'all talk about with Jim Crow is when there's too many niggas over here already and y'all ain't got jobs and shit. And then it become the colorism racism. That wasn't when y'all came on boats. Y'all was in slavery like that. When y'all came on boats, it wasn't slavery. Y'all was being made as soldiers by Arabs and white people. How do y'all miss that? Like, how? How did y'all miss that? Like, I don't get it. Like, y'all be conflating two different things. When Negroids and Asians and Arabs came on a boat over here, this is how it happened. 1400s, bargain and exchange. That's it. They figured out everything South America got, Central America got, and then it was an ease up. Start fucking around with them all the way to the 1500s, and then slowly but surely creep on the line to the North America, right? So Indian Wars start all the way to the 1700s. That's when they started to settle. So as Europeans getting their ass kicked, losing wars, they was losing wars for a whole 200 years straight. We had a government over here, the whole thing. They lost every war for 200 years straight. This is what y'all don't understand the nuance. When Europeans came over here, it's the same way you see them in Israel going to Palestine. It's just the only difference is they was getting their ass kicked. This is where all the animosity is coming from. You getting your ass kicked for 200 years and not being able to settle. You only could bargain and exchange. That's it. Go back home after a few months. Now, once they built soldiers out of Africans and everybody over there making deals with Asia, having Arabs as the middleman, they learned our ways. Coming over here, bargaining, exchanging, and getting their ass kicked and having good relationships every now and then. And sometimes a few was settling. That's like 1607 though. You know what I'm saying? Now when we get to 1700s, they get the courage to take over forts. So you bring in Africans to help you, Asians to help you, and now Native Americans got problems now. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's actually a fight. You just can't be beating up these guys' ass. They got guns and they got forces, and they keep coming more and more and more. So as they learn our ways and replace us, they make the black people and the Asians and the white people themselves was doing what we was doing. Just we not there anymore, and a small pocket of people that's willing to be like, all right, we ain't trying to fight, they will allow, or whatever the case may be. Now, as that start to bubble up, Native Americans, fucking Africans, Asians, white people, fucking Native Americans, born in the family, boom, 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 boom. Now you're getting a lot of people, and you still getting this immigration thing. Since we passed those times, now you're getting in the late 1800s and the 1900s. That's the slavery y'all talking about now from y'all, this new black thing lineage, and conflating it with the original Africans that came over here that ain't had nothing to do with slavery. So y'all confused with, and I don't even know if Kanye West actually know how deep that go. He might have just had a book or two that just scratched the surface, that probably said a few paragraphs about how Africans were selling their own people, but it go deeper than that. Or you gonna have to explain to me what was on a Buffalo Soldier mind then. If you in some concept of saying, hey y'all, we went through Jim Crow slavery for y'all black people. We went through Jim Crow slavery, but we was the Buffalo Soldiers. That don't make no sense. Buffalo Soldiers knew they was getting paid by the white man and was doing a damn good job killing Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? And this new free man thing, slavery, you just need some respiration because your ancestors, early 1900s, just got hit upside the head with a water hose. Two different things. You see what I'm saying? Two different things. When we start to get to late 1800s, 1900s, you're dealing with Caribbeans. So anybody calling themselves black now, just replace that with Caribbean. So that'll probably be like my father. Caribbean. Or whatever the case may be. So, but then from the land, you supposed to be still Native Americans. We didn't go nowhere. So when it comes to my mother and all that it ain't go nowhere. The language ain't go nowhere. So when you speak about it like, oh, Europeans destroyed everything and got rid of, but you supposed to be still part of the people it happened to. Like, so you still got it and can tell it. Not it's so far ago, it's erased. That don't make no sense. That's conflating two stories. Slavery now that happened in the late 1800s and 1900s, and the amount of Africans that came over here in the 1600s and the 1700s, along with Asians. Two different things. And then the water get muddy, even trying to say you're a descendant of that. Because here's the thing. European is money for waters for Europeans. The closest person probably can do that, Mayflower shit, the Bushes. It get muddy for the water for Native Americans. Can't nobody, I can't say Tecumseh my actual family. I can't say that. Can nobody really do that? You know what I'm saying? All the way down to John Horse. Can nobody do that? Mexicans definitely can't do that right now. So that muddy the water, even trying to attach yourself 200-300 years ago. So you either the people and you know about it and you just honoring something, not using it for a monetary gain though. Like it's something like I'm just honoring something, but I'm doing what I'm doing now. And I'm not constantly talking about history and all this shit. And I'm just adding nuance to something now just because Kanye West. But I'm not saying all this because I need respiration. I'm saying all this because this is the creativity I got. Now, if my creativity ain't getting appreciated, that's another thing. So if you seeing me attacking something, I ain't crying for no money. I'm saying stop blocking me from my creativity. I ain't in your way. Other than that, in another type of situation, right? People is claiming things for now purposes. That don't make no sense. You see what I'm saying? That part don't make no sense. Because if that's the case, all the peace treaties should be looked over then. So if the peace treaties ain't about to be looked over then we should all be putting something to the table, and certain things should be respected for people could do things on their own if they have that capability. Other than that, getting a handout ain't gonna help you with your capability. For an example, let's say it's my dream to make music, but I need respiration first. Getting that respiration ain't gonna make my spirit be in a motivation to make way more songs than Jay-Z and Tupac and all Michael Jackson all put together, along with Elvis. See what I'm saying? I have to already be building that seed up. So if that don't come, and if it do come, something was done relatable through the eyes of someone else. Other than that, I did my job and I did what made me feel good. So no external outside references can influence that. So that's what made me have more of it than anything else anyway. So wherever that came from is more where it came from. I mean, wherever that is, it's more where it came from. So that pocket play out in all areas of life. You know what I'm saying? Not just that, in every area of life. And I'm just using that as an example. So you're already on that thought pattern. You're already on that line of reasoning, that train of thought. And that's what you want to build yourself up on, because you're going to be doing things on autopilot. It's almost like, because I know they took this out of school, writing in cursive. And once you learn how to do it, anytime you see something with a signature that you have to sign, your signature, what? On autopilot. But you don't know how that pocket play out. You're supposed to have some type of peel back layer, equilibrium energy where you know, okay, let me build this quality ability up. So this ability play out in all layers. Not me jumping in one pocket in my life. And since this one is so important and everybody like it and you can get validated, let me just make all these an ability. And then you lack abilities in another area where you just need to know I'm a spirit that make abilities. And if I know how to harness that substance of ability, that play out in all portions of life. So even if I'm in an area I don't know how to play basketball, I have the ability not to try to prove I do. So I have way more time. It's like you always in a knowing energy. I have way more time on knowing what I do know how to do. Instead of time that I could have been, time I'd be wasting trying to prove something that eventually will show me I don't like it, or even if I did, it don't fulfill me anyway. And I could have did something else. I could have made my own NBA, or whatever the case may be. But y'all take yourselves out of these pockets because you don't understand an ability is a world of its own. Then when you bring that down, it play out in all areas of life. And the things that you're saying you don't have an ability on, you're getting lost in some type of bias. That's a particular realm. Here's the thing. Let's say you reach an area and you have this ability quality. If you meet something that didn't go in your favor, the same way someone else had a higher expectation than you had the ability not to crash out like that person. See, you see what I'm saying? You see how I'm trying to separate from the word, and it's just the energy itself, and it's always going to play out as relatable and more in sync for you, what you're trying to do. That's more on a beauty path. And that's when you know you always right. So you could be in a situation where you're like, I went through the same thing somebody else went through, but I didn't crash out like them. Now you're in a position ahead of a million other people in that same walk of life in other different areas that if you go ahead and substantiate that the right way, now you got a place in the world, a puzzle piece, and you could teach. So whatever that they're doing, that wasn't your capability, that they're duplicating things off of, now it's a bargain and exchange system. You got something to offer, they got something to offer, and then when y'all got the same thing, like such as money or whatever the case may be, now you're all in the ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? So everybody is getting self-service, not being self-serving. Yet everything that a person reach out to do self-serving, ultimately is trying to get the things that a person that they do as self-service, you can still get it just without looking over your shoulder. For an example, one person purchased something from you, I feel good about that. Another person, the same person purchased something for someone else or something like that, I feel scammed. Both with toilet paper. You see what I'm saying? So for the most part, it's just helping you understand the intent behind it and the quality and things we can't hide from in the first place. And therefore, when a Jehovah's Witness get ready to sell their toilet paper or walk up the street, everybody get ready to lock their doors and stuff like that, and got them in, if it's nighttime, shut all their lights off like asleep or whatever like that. Like, don't lock on no doors just because it's evening or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then the other people that's coming, that's more genuine, whatever the case may be, everybody on the porch, everybody like, oh yeah, come on, you know what I'm saying? And y'all remember, both parties selling toilet paper. You might just not like everything that come with the Jehovah's Witness toilet paper, like the prayer, you having to stand up for a whole 50 minutes or some goddamn shit, just for them to sit there and be cosplaying damn Native Americans that they done made a Confederation of the Cherokee over and shit like that. Because y'all didn't know that these names is Confederation names, that assimilation names. These like, once you become government and Europeanized, that's basically Chickasaw, Cherokee, Choctaw, what I'm saying is Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw, I think the Yamasee and Muskogee Creek, but Muskogee Creek, that's the same as Cherokee because it was just the same people. And then the only time y'all don't hear about somebody being civilized because we was fighting, the Catawbas, we was fighting. So, you know what I'm saying? Anytime you was fighting back, they just destroy your ass or whatever. They don't give a fuck about your ass. So we assimilated into European culture. That's what Cherokee is called. And Choctaw and Chickasaw. So yeah, Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Yamasee, Muskogee. It was really Muskogee Creek. That's really so anywhere was Indian country, it's just gonna be called Redland or Randiola or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or Indiana. Just anywhere it goes, it's called the Red Land, and they was the blue blood. Europeans was the blue blood, and then anybody that wasn't red, and then you just go there. And that's basically the terms the French is giving y'all when it comes to these Cherokee. You see what I'm saying? But it's not these names or whatever. So y'all gotta understand that, and it's not Salagi either. That's not what these things is. Then this particular so. For an example, the only reason the highest Dawes Act and DNA scale when it comes to Cherokee or whatever like that is because when Europeans involve themselves. So when you have a lot of Europeans making kids out of Native Americans, those is the mixed ones, and then the white family is the only people in charge. So when you get Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Yamasee, and Muskogee at the moment, right? That's purely white people and $5 Indian type stuff. Now, when you get to these Eastern bands and other stuff, right? That's Native Americans fighting against that. So I'm saying they fighting against that. Y'all, that's what y'all don't understand, because y'all be trying to say reservations getting money, and why is it so many people off reservations, and why isn't that? It's because it's a psyop for that. You know what I'm saying? It's a specific psyop for that. So you have to understand, anytime you hear somebody say Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, all of that is fake. Now, if you're hearing that from an actual native, they would tell you that. That's part of the tribes, the Confederation. They could tell you that story. You know what I'm saying? But if you just listen to any old person they're truly just disrespecting Native Americans. They just say, "Oh, I'm Cherokee." I try to, and then they get into some government talking points, and they start talking about what. Yep, we're not involved in that. So why would people even claim that? That's how you could tell that's Fed work online right now too, because that's not our discussions. That's not even how we attack, fight, or getting land back, or whatever the case may be. But people on some type of new thing right now. I'm black, I know it. Woo! He was cosplaying. But you ain't about to sit here and tell me Michael Jackson ain't know what he was wearing with them cavalry outfits and things of that nature, and he wasn't doing no Native American war cries. Woo! And you ain't about to tell me white people don't know that they got this written down in books. With other books, how they used to fry Native Americans and eat them and stuff like that, and actually make this some conjuring concept that they think that they doing, or whatever the case may be, and bringing immigrants over here and making y'all actors and actresses and rappers and singers to do a whole bunch of Native hobbyism. You think Beyonce don't know she ain't doing Native hobbyism? Like, y'all out of y'all minds. And if you don't understand that, you a foreigner. You don't get to tell me anything. You don't get to teach me anything. Just like the dude came up here on my one live stream and was like, trying to tell me, hey, you know what Native American word mean. I hope you're not trying to tell me. I don't get it. Do you know who you is? Do you know why you name your name? Like that's before we even get into any business legal terms. No one even care to have in the first place, and everybody just online. Like that sound like weird. Like you're like I don't know, and you lost a foreigner, and you get ready to tell me like, so what? You a fan or something? Like, I don't get it. And what your whole job is? You read a book, so this means you know, because you don't know more than me when it comes to trust me. You don't. And here's the thing. Everybody in ICE is foreigners. I don't know why they just don't go ahead and deport themselves. Like, if you look at a lot of these people, they're not from here. So how is foreigners trying to push out foreigners? 80% of these politicians are foreigners. They might say, oh, I was born in New York. I was born in, and nobody cared when you was born in a couple of years ago, or however old you was, or whatever the case may be. Like, none of that even matters. It's about to be so pointless. Like, watch, everybody about to be out here so pointless. You know nothing of the land or anything. You just up here talking for something that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. This is imaginary golems everybody talking about. What? That's all we about to just that's about it. That's all we about to be saying. Like, fuck is you even talking about? Like, who you talking to? Worry about your family. And if it ain't enough, you part of 30%. Just get back on the boat. But I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. Flight bots, bitch, you know, for sure. Y'all to the bottom of the terrace, boo. I don't know, I'll change your yeah. Every account, I gotta do these motherfucking responsibilities. Y'all stop being goofies online.